Welcome back to highschoolcube.com, the leading broadcast platform for high schools. Boy, oh boy, you missed a treat, folks. Shout out to Brian Snow for a great call here at the 81st Annual Pontiac Holiday Tournament, where Curie has moved on to the championship game, and they will take on the winner of our next matchup, featuring the #1 team in the nation, the Simeon Wolverines. Have not lost a game just yet. 10-0 on the young season versus the Peoria Manual Rams. The Rams have won a total of 10 Pontiac tournament titles, the most in the history of the 81 years of this historic event. Manual looking for another opportunity to get to the final and perhaps play for their 11th, while Simeon looking to go back-to-back as they defeated Warren last year in the championship game. Warren defeated by Curie in our first semifinal in our championship bracket. Also some consolation results. We'll have some more basketball for you after this, the third place game as well, the championship. So still a lot of basketball to play in our evening session. But first things first, somebody needs to face Curie. In just a couple of minutes, we will find out who that is. It will be the Wolverines, or will it be the Rams? We'll find out in just a sec. This is highschoolcube.com, the leading broadcast platform for high schools. Welcome back to highschoolcube.com, the leading broadcast platform for high schools and your holiday tournament hub. Second semifinal on the way. Again, it's the Simeon Wolverines and the Peoria Manual Rams. Starting lineups for both teams goes like this. For the Rams, it'll be number 14, A.J. Riley. Number 15, Isaiah Duncan. Number 20, Quentin Lowe. In the front court, Cashmere Hughes gets the start for Jacoby Roddy, who had been in the starting lineup up until this point in the tournament, and Jeff White. White, who had 27 last night, or check that, 29, had 21 on Tuesday. And Jeff White, look for him to continue his success. Coach Smith has a special play, or excuse me, special defense wrapped up for Jeff White. He has been that spectacular. And for the Wolverines, a similar starting lineup as well as Jelani Neely will get the start tonight in place of Reginald Norris. So it'll be Jelani Neely, Steve Taylor, Kendrick Nunn, Jabari Parker, and Kendall Pollard. Taylor and Parker, of course, in the backcourt. Taylor, number 15, Parker, number 22. Pollard also in the front court as well, number 24, and Kendrick Nunn, your two guard. It'll be Parker. And now a quick change is Jacoby Roddy will start this ball game, so perhaps a bit of a mind game from Coach Derek Booth and the Peoria Rams. Cashmere Hughes was out to start, and now Roddy will tip versus Jabari Parker. Again, Curie defeated Warren Township by the score of 77-68 in double overtime. We can only hope that this game will be as good as our first semifinal. And here's semifinal number 2 on the way. Tip up, it's controlled by the Rams. Parker tipped it out to White, who controls for Peoria Manual in their road black with the orange trim. Wolverines in the home white, gold trim, as well as royal blue with the S right near the end of the shorts. Here's Roddy against Parker. Down low, blocked by Parker, and Parker leading the break. It's a 1-on-3, spin move in the lane. Had it knocked out of bounds by Isaiah Duncan. It will be Simeon basketball. Important to note, or pay attention to, how the Wolverines play here in the first couple of minutes. Coach Smith had not been happy with their starts in the last 2 games, or I should say their first couple of games. Parker was held as Nunn with the interior feed. They will get Quentin Lowe on the foul. A tough matchup for Lowe. Lowe just 6'2", will guard Jabari Parker, who stands at 6'8". So a clear mismatch on the low block. See how Coach Booth will like to work that defensively as the game goes on. Here's Parker. They look to exploit. Turn, jumper, rims in and out. Rebound, A.J. Riley. Here's Riley with Taylor on his hip. Dump off low. Ball on the ground. Pollard has it. Will give it away now. Almost stolen as Roddy came away to pick up on Pollard. But the Wolverines control. None now to Jelani Neely getting the first start. His first start here at the Pontiac Holiday Tournament. Neely, Taylor thought about it. Now it's Pollard with the tomahawk jam on the baseline. Kendall Pollard. I wasn't sure for a second. It looked so it was in slow motion, if you will. But Kendall Pollard with a smile on his face working against Jeff White. That's a great defensive matchup for the Wolverines as the jumper by Roddy, no good. Here come the Wolverines. Nunn up in the air, layup good for Kendrick Nunn. Wolverines quickly up 4-0. 6:15 left to play here. First quarter of action. Emil Williams Jr., Brian Snow, Will the Thrill Clancy on the ones and twos. Riley in between the circles for the Rams. 6:03 left now. Handoff to Duncan. Rolling right, gets the screen from Roddy. Back out Roddy now. Top key left side, it's Riley. Riley picked up by Kendrick Nunn. A.J. Riley around Nunn. Looking for space. He has it. Left hand layup, good. Switches hands in the air for A.J. Riley. 5:43 left to play. First quarter underway. Semifinal number 2 here at the Pontiac Holiday Tournament. Pollard holding top of the key. Now dribbles. Couple left hand. Nowhere to go. Up top. They try to go Parker down low. And it's stolen by Lowe and saved by Lowe at the same time. Riley again. Going right down Main Street. Spin off the glass. No good, but a foul as Riley will go to the line. Foul is on Kendall Pollard. That is his first personal. The team's first. One team foul on the Rams as well. A.J. Riley at the free throw line. First free throw is no good for A.J. We are broadcasting live on highschoolcube.com. If you are enjoying our broadcast, of course, let your friends know. Text your friends, share on Facebook, like us on Facebook, update your status on Twitter. Please follow us on Twitter as well as Riley goes 1 of 2 from the line, 4-3. Of course, we'd really appreciate all you can do for us. And an offensive foul on Kendrick Nunn. Nunn with his first personal foul. Well, foul trouble, of course, will be something to watch, especially in semifinal games. When it gets down to this time, all fouls are important. So here's White, looking to put the move on Pollard. Dump off to Roddy. His jumper is good from about 10 feet away. So Jacoby Roddy, as I drop my pen, makes it a 5-4 game. Rams briefly with the lead. Now immediately the layup good for Kendall Pollard. Go back to a 1-point lead for the Wolverines. White, 3, no good. Rebound, Roddy. Can't get it to go. Roddy, I don't think he understood or knew where he was around the basket. Had one dribble, he would have been right there. Instead, it's Kendall Pollard now with 6 points, a dribble and a score. Wolverines lead it by 3. Riley, right in the face of Jabari Parker, lays it in. So far, all 3 teams we have seen that face Simeon has not been intimidated, at least in the first quarter. And now Steve Taylor with the turnover. Cameras out, TV stations out, video cameras out. Everybody here to watch the Simeon Wolverines. And as I watch the Curie Warren game, just about the same amount of media, if not more as well. Still a packed house here. 4 minutes left to play, first quarter. Simeon holding a 1-point lead over Peoria Manual, 8-1. Semifinal number 2, high off the glass, no good for Jeff White. Offensive rebound low, the putback good by Jeff White. And now almost a turnover for Steve Taylor, but Jacoby Roddy knocked it out of bounds. Again, the Rams showing their intensity as they now hold a 1-point lead. Second lead for the Rams they've held here in the first quarter, both by 1. 3:42 left. Neely gets the start. Neely holding with the basketball, working against Jeff White. Walking across the timeline, Pollard. They want to go inside Taylor. Spacing not that great, but it's Pollard. Angling middle, puts the shot up, no good. Out to run are the Rams. Duncan, blocked by Kendrick Nunn. Here come the Wolverines. It's Parker against A.J. Riley. Sidestep, good in the lane for Jabari Parker. That's Parker's first 2 points of the ball game. 3:05 left, now a 1-point lead again for Simeon as the two teams continue to trade baskets. It's been an even first quarter thus far. Riley. Now we'll give way to Quentin Lowe. Steve Taylor out on Quentin Lowe. Now White, picked up by Kendall Pollard. Pollard with the dubious task to try and stop Jeff White here, who's been phenomenal here in the tournament. Duncan, he's been deadly from beyond the arc in his couple of games as well. Roddy, White off the screen, has an open look for three, it's no good. Rebound Parker, and they get Jacoby Roddy with the over the back foul. Foul is on Jacoby Roddy. Now he will check out Cashmere Hughes, who we thought was going to get the start this afternoon, checks in. 2:31 left to play. Nunn inbounds to Jaylon Tate, who sees his first action now. Neely will take a seat. Again, the depth for the Wolverines, definitely one of their strong points, as Pollard's pass is stolen by A.J. Riley. He tried to feed it inside to Parker. Low on the left side. Duncan thought about the three. Simeon has done their homework. 2:05 left to play. Riley looking with the little skip. The skip alerts you he's ready to go. And the dribble drive. Riley from Hughes. Riley again, right wing. Over the Low. Quentin Low, top of the key. Going left, and he slips into the hands of Jeff White. Turns, spins, and out of bounds. The last touch by Steve Taylor. No, they say a foul. They call the foul on Jaylon Tate. So that is Tate's first. Jeff White at the free throw line. First free throw is good for Jeff White. Substitution now. Quentin Lowe will check out. Landis Farmer into the game for Peoria Manual. Peoria Manual, very historic high school basketball program in the state of Illinois as well. Manual with several state titles, several great teams. Just names that I know just within the last couple of decades. I'm talking about a Frank Williams, the Sergio McLeans, the Wayne McLean, former coach for the Rams. 11-10 after the turnover by the Wolverines. Rams with the 1-point lead. A basket here will give them their biggest lead of the ball game. Here's Roddy. Now up top, back to Jeff White. 1:12 left to play. White. Dribble. Round Pollard. Roddy sets the screen. He rolls. Now they go right side to Duncan. None on him. Here's Duncan. Now Landis Farmer. Farmer trying to get around Jaylon Tate. Follows him all the way to the baseline. Now loses the ball. It's on the ground. Picked up by Cashmere Hughes. Under a minute to play. White around Pollard. Get it out of here, says Jabari Parker. And he slapped that, and he slapped it hard. Duncan checks out. A.J. Riley back in. 45.8 left to play here first quarter. It's been a great one thus far. Winner will move on to face the Curie Condors. Ball tipped again into the hands of Jeff White. Over to Farmer, 40 seconds left. Farmer, alley-oop, Roddy, too strong, rebound on the ground, out of bounds. It'll be Simeon basketball. Coach Robert Smith with the hand clap of praise for his Wolverines. None. Parker. Rams show some pressure. It'll be Jabari Parker walking across the timeline. Yo-yo dribble. Parker almost loses it, and he does briefly, but it was tipped out by A.J. Riley. 23.9 left. Up top, Parker. Parker jab step. Parker in the lane. Offensive foul. Jabari Parker. Jabari got to be careful not to talk too much to the referees. 19.3 seconds left. First foul on Jabari Parker. A foul apiece on Nunn, Parker, Pollard, and Tate. 4 on the team for Simeon, just 2 for Peoria Manual. Riley at the circle, looks up at the clock. Angling left, now here we go. Working against Nunn. Riley hit a big 3 at the buzzer yesterday at the quarter end. This one's no good from 15 feet. And Peoria Manual will take a 1-point lead to the second quarter. You don't say that very often against the Simeon Wolverines. They trail heading to quarter number 2. This is highschoolcube.com. You guessed it, the leading broadcast platform for high school. A packed house here at Pontiac. Folks, if you still have plans on attending this tournament, you better call ahead to see if there will be tickets available for the championship game. If that's not the case, however, you can always tune in to highschoolcube.com. We have been here since Tuesday, and we'll have all the action for you live as we have been for the past 2 days. Day number 3 and the final day here at the tournament. 7:56 left to play in the first half. Parker working against Riley, and Parker, the shot won't go, but a foul. Foul is on A.J. Riley. That's his first. Nunn's pass close to being picked off by by A.J. Riley. Here's Tate. Tate looking to cross over on Farmer inside. Ball was knocked out. .736 left to play. Nunn had the sky high for that inbounds pass from Parker. Pollard, Nunn, 3 on the way. Front iron, no good. Justin Williams had it for a second, who's in the game for Peoria Manual. Now it's Farmer. Landis Farmer running the break. Over to A.J. Riley, cross-court Williams. He had White on his left. Now he'll give with A.J. Riley on his right. Now it's Riley. Left side is Jeff White. Picked up by Taylor. Now it's Roddy working against Parker. Roddy. Nice job by Parker to cut off the baseline. Taylor falls for a quick second. Quickly gets back up. Under 7 to play. Coach Booth calls out the play. Now it's Farmer from White. Farmer. Roddy up top. White all the way around the screen. And now it's A.J. Riley. Rams destined to be patient here on the offensive end. Riley pull up 3. well off the mark. Rebound Cameron's right into the hands of Jeff White. Teardrop won't go. His tip won't go. Roddy, no. Roddy Piper can't get it. Williams inside. White loses for a sec. Layup, good.
4 offensive rebounds on that possession, resulting in Jeff White.
Short bunny. A 3-point lead, largest lead of the ball game for the Rams. Tate with a 3, it's no good. Rebound Riley. White jumper baseline. Will he get the roll? No. Roddy again there. And the putback can't go. Couple of missed opportunities for Roddy. Taylor angling, left it short. Parker there. Tip and good. Timeout call by Coach Smith of the Simeon Wolverines. Wolverines trailing by 1 after the timeout. 5:45 left to play. It'll be a full timeout, and we will take one as well. Simeon trailing by 1, 13-12 to Peoria Manual. Semifinal number 2. This is highschoolcube.com, the leading broadcast platform for high schools. A packed house here at Pontiac Gymnasium. 81st Annual Pontiac Holiday Tournament. 13-12. Peoria Manual on top of the Simeon Rams. Excuse me, the Simeon Wolverine. The Peoria Manual Rams, who have the most tournament titles in the history of the tournament with 10. Trailing with a close 9 is Simeon. Oh, the irony in that. 5:40 left to play. Simeon looking for their 3rd consecutive trip to the championship game and looking to win back-to-back titles. It'll be the 3rd time they have done so. 5:25 left to play. Riley, again, patient. Really like the Rams' patience. The more you're patient, the more you keep Simeon off the offensive end, and another layup missed as Riley got right where he wanted. It's Parker inside. Taylor absorbs the contact, won't go. A putback good, and a rebound for Jabari Parker. Parker with 4. Again, the 4 and 5 interchangeable on this Wolverine squad. You cannot find 2 better big men in the country, let alone on the same team. Steve Taylor, the #1 senior in the state of Illinois. 4 minutes and 45 seconds left. Wolverines reclaim the lead. Ball on the ground. It's controlled by Jalon Tate. Now bounce pass to Nunn. Steve Taylor dunks it home. And a timeout by Coach Derek Booth. Now largest lead of the ball game for Simeon, 16-13. It'll be a full timeout. We will keep it here this time. We are broadcasting live on highschoolcube.com. High School Cube provides absolutely every single high school team and club in America their own cube to broadcast. Visit highschoolcube.com/get started to start broadcasting your team today. Again, I'd like to thank Will the Thrill Clancy. The crew has been here since Tuesday. My name is Emil Williams Jr. Brian Snow, who you just heard in the first session, called a great Curie Warren Township basketball game, which saw the Condors move on to the championship game for the first time, I believe, and in double overtime. So double overtime, your first semifinal game, folks. You cannot ask for nothing better than that. Again, as I said previously, you can only hope that this game will be even half as good as the last. But the way the game is shaping up so far, it will be just that. The largest lead by either team has just been 3. Now it's Simeon's turn with a 3-point lead. 4:29 left to play here, second quarter. White around the screen from Hughes. Now Hughes has top of the key. Taylor on him. Riley around the screen. Great defense. Great denial by Kendrick Nunn, and Nunn steals it. Great defense. Taylor in the lane. Layup good from the left side. Steve Taylor on his way to Marquette University. He has 4. Largest lead for either team now at 5 for the Wolverines. Very important stretch here for Peoria Manual. You don't want to let Simeon get out to a 3-point lead. A 2-pointer on the way, no good. Long rebound into the hands of Jeff White. And Coach Smith cannot be happy about that. Second chance opportunity for Jeff White, and he converts. He has 8. 3:40 left to play. Nunn out high on the right side. Inside now Parker. Quickly double teamed. He has the mismatch working against Lowe. He'll step back. Jumper. Nothing but net for Jabari Parker. Jabari Parker with 6. And now back to a 5-point advantage for Simeon. 3:17 left to play. Lowe has for the Rams. Duncan back in the game. Duncan back out now. Riley. What does Riley want to do? Now it's Nunn on him. A.J. Riley over to Hughes. Shot fake. Spin move. Working against Taylor. Left-hand layup. Too strong. Rebound Parker. Up ahead Nunn. Nunn in the lane. Dump off Pollard. One dribble. Back to Nunn. Underneath. Had his shot blocked by A.J. Riley. Up ahead. It's outlet pass. Quentin Lowe can't convert the layup. And Jabari Parker comes away with the rebound. Into the game for the first time is Reginald Norris for the Wolverines. Taylor lines up a 3, no good. Pollard there, rebound. Pollard has it stripped, but a foul. The foul is on Jeff White. That is his first personal. The team's 4th. 2:28 left to play here, first half. Emil Williams Jr., also known as EJ by Mr. Brian Snow. Kendall Pollard, meanwhile, at the free throw line. First free throw is no good from Pollard. Into the game now is Landis Farmer for the Rams as A.J. Riley will check out. 2:28 left to play. Pollard, free throw is good. Kendall Pollard now will exit with 7 strong first half points. It's a 6-point lead for the Wolverines. Jalon Tate back in. Tate, Taylor, Parker, and Norris and Nunn on the floor for Simeon. White, Lowe, Farmer, Hughes, and Duncan on the floor for Peoria Manual. A tough 3, but an even worse break for Simeon as the ball hit the corner of the front iron, or excuse me, of the iron between the backboard and the back iron. Hit the corner of that on the left side and just hit the toe, I believe, of Jabari Parker and went out of bounds. 2 minutes left to play. Peoria Manual has traded buckets with Simeon for the majority of this half, and now the Wolverines have been able to extend out to 6. Duncan with a 3. He's been money from beyond the arc in this tournament and knocks another one down. Isaiah Duncan makes it 21-18. Now Parker waves everybody off. He's going to bring it across himself. Parker working against Quentin Lowe. Coach Booth wants a foul on the push-off. Parker, crossover, jumper, good, Jabari Parker. Jabari Parker starting to show some things here at the tournament. 23-18. He's been fairly quiet in his first couple of games and now showing an array of individual moves. Inside it's Hughes. Tipped out, almost. It's saved by White. White with the step. White with the teardrop in the lane. And Jeff White will take it a step further. Jeff White has to be on the all-tournament team. Nunn's jumper no good. 50 seconds left to play in the half. White, I got to think he's going to have it. Maybe it's Duncan. He might fire a 3 on the ground. Back up Quentin Lowe, and Nunn will kick it out. 41.9 seconds left to play here in the half. Farmer, Hughes out. Riley and Parker Roddy back in. Jacoby Roddy. And now Cashmere Hughes will check back in, replacing Isaiah Duncan. Roddy low, White, Hughes, and Riley on the floor for Peoria Manual as they trail by 3. Let's see if they try to hold for the final shot. Perhaps to line up a 3-point bucket to tie this ball game up and send it tied to halftime. 27 seconds left. Riley better keep his eye on Reginald Norris instead of looking at his coach to get the order. Now Riley, the 5-second call. And we're going the other way. So a quick substitution now as Landis Farmer will check out for Jeff White. A little offense for defense right there. Don't want to have a quick foul picked up on White if necessary. And now Riley will do the same. He'll check out for Lorenzo Burns. 20.4 seconds left to play. This has been a wonderful, wonderful tournament. Inbounds goes to Neely, who checks back in. It's Neely, Nunn, Tate, Parker, and Taylor for the Wolverines. Final possession, most likely, for either team. Here's Parker with 8. Parker looks at the clock. Parker with the mismatch on low. Parker with 5. Parker with 4. And Parker travels. His foot looked like it slipped. And now the offense for defense again. Parker thought he was able to drag it. Now 3.2. Let's see if that could be a costly turnover for the Wolverines. If Peoria Manual is able to get a basket here with 3.2 seconds left. Farmer, he finds White. That's the guy you want. White, free throw line. Too strong off the right side and high off the glass. The Wolverines will take a 3-point lead to the locker room. 23-20. A standing ovation for both teams here at the Pontiac Holiday Tournament, the 81st annual here in Pontiac, Illinois. We will take a break as well. First half stats, analysis, and scores from around the tournament as everybody coming down to Championship Friday. We'll have that for you more when we come back. This is highschoolcube.com, the leading broadcast platform for high schools. 23-20. Simeon with the lead at the half over Peoria Manual. Take a look at some first half stats. First for the Peoria Manual Rams, the leading scorer is Jeff White. White, 4 of 14. 0 of 2 from the three-point line. 4 rebounds alone to go with 2 assists as well. 5 points for A.J. Riley, 3 for Isaiah Duncan, and 2 for Jacoby Roddy. 8 of 34 for Peoria Manual. 23.5% shot from the field. Just 1 of 4 from from beyond the arc. 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 11 of 22, meanwhile, for the Wolverines, a 50% clip. Just 2 free throws they shot. They only took 2 3-pointers, did not make 1. Jabari Parker, your leading scorer, with 10. 10 and 6 rebounds, several of them on the offensive end. Kendall Pollard with 7. 4 points for Steve Taylor and 2 for Kendrick Nunn. Simeon, who trailed after 1 quarter by 1, 11-10, was the first time Simeon has trailed in the first quarter in this tournament. 6 lead changes. Again, the largest lead in the ball game was 6, and that was by, of course, the Wolverines at 21-15. Just 1 tie in the score. A lot of 1-point basketball early in the first quarter as the 2 teams continue to trade baskets. At 1 score update for you as well. At Hinsdale South, Highland Park and Rolling Meadows tied at 33 apiece. We will take a break. Be back in a bit with you. Second half on the way. This is highschoolcube.com, the leading broadcast platform for high schools. Welcome back to highschoolcube.com, the leading broadcast platform for high schools, live from the 81st Annual Pontiac Holiday Tournament in Pontiac, Illinois. Pontiac High School, a great event, a very historic event. Semifinal number 2. It's a 3-point game as the Wolverines lead the Rams of Peoria Manual. The Simeon Wolverines 23-20. A great first half, very close first half. Again, one of the closer first halves I'm sure Simeon has had all season. Their 2 games here have been relatively close, if you want to call it that. I mean, they blew out Bloomington 71-30 in our first game, and then took care of business yesterday versus United Township. That was close in the first half, but not a 3-point game close. With 1:37 left to play before half, Simeon and Peoria Manual, a lot of matchups we saw in the first half, one of them being Jabari Parker on offense was being guarded by Quentin Lowe, a obvious mismatch. We saw Parker go one-on-one with him several times. On the other end, we saw Jeff White. White was guarded by Kendall Pollard. So that's a tough matchup for Pollard. White, who has had 2 games of 20-plus points in the tournament. White with 10 points in the first half. So he's well on his way to another big game. So 2 interesting matchups to look at as we head down. Or excuse me, as we head to the second half. The third quarter, about 45 seconds away. Got a feeling this will be one of the best halves we will see in a high school basketball game. We just saw one, though, and I don't know if it can top that, as Curie defeated Warren Township in double overtime. Curie now awaits the winner of this ball game. It could be an Chicago Public League Pontiac final. It is possible. For that to happen, though, the Wolverines will have to win this game. But I tell you what, I know Coach Smith had some things to say to the Wolverines. This is one of their closer matchups that they've had. The Whitney Young game was quite close, and Whitney Young put on a big run to get back in the ball game, but still eventually lost by single digits. So third quarter begins. Here is Quentin Lowe. Lowe, Roddy, O'Reilly, White, and Duncan. They start the second half, the starting 5. And a quick timeout as Roddy is on the ground. Taylor and Parker were there to tie him up, but a 30-second timeout called by Coach Derek Booth. Starting 5 also on the floor for the Simeon Wolverines. Coach Smith wanted a brief explanation on how come that wasn't a jump ball. So the quick 30-second timeout is over. Most people will fully expect Simeon to do what they do best, and that is to get up and down the floor and score the basketball here in the third quarter. I'll tell you what, though, the third quarter has been key in several games we've witnessed here at this Pontiac tournament. We saw Warren put up 30 points on Wednesday in the third quarter to separate themselves in a victory. But don't sell this Peoria Manual squad short. Jeff White, again, has been phenomenal. A.J. Riley with some size now. Roddy up top. Roddy with Parker on him. Roddy, now Duncan almost goes backcourt, but he controls the dribble. Back to Roddy, left side, now White. White, this time picked up by Pollard. Now Neely on him on the switch. Left side is Quentin Lowe, and Taylor around to pick him up. Now Nunn out to guard A.J. Riley. Riley now Roddy, Parker on him. 1 minute gone here in the third quarter. We've seen the patience from Peoria Manual. Hesitation shot, no good. Great effort by Jeff White. He had the right idea, but he left the layup short. So here's Kendrick Nunn. 6:40 left to play third quarter. Parker jumper, no good. Rebound Riley. Now Riley looking to push on the missed basket. Duncan's 3 is good. Isaiah Duncan with a 3-pointer. And we're all tied at 23. Isaiah Duncan now with 6. Peoria Manual shot themselves in the foot from the 3-point line a couple of games ago. They were 0 of 14 in the first half, and then calmed themselves down and just ran the offense. I think they shot 1 3. Now it's Duncan left wide open. Boy, Simeon dodges a bullet there. Under 6 minutes to play, the Rams could have had a 3-point lead. Parker, right down the middle. Basket good, and a foul. Basket good for Jabari Parker, to the dismay of several fans in attendance. Parker now with 10 of the. This is the free throw. Check that, 12. It's a 2-point lead. 5:40 left to play A.J. Riley out of Duncan. Roddy on the block, turns, fires over Parker. No good. Nunn there, a big-time rebound. Nunn has got some hops to say the least. Taylor in the corner, cross-court, Neely. Neely holding against White. Pollard inside. Taylor turns. Reverse layup. Rimming. No. Rebound. Fall four. Out of bounds. Simeon basketball. Tate in the ball game now for Jelani Neely. Interior feed tipped out by Duncan. Now control. Here's Riley working against Nunn. Layup good. Tie ball game. Undoubtedly, this has to be the toughest test that Simeon has had so far in the young season. A lot of pressure on the Wolverines, of course, to maintain their #1 ranking. Parker knocks the three-pointer down. Jabari Parker making it look easy. He has 15. 4:38 left to play. Could this be a defining game for Jabari Parker? Young man really coming into his own. Of course, we've all known him for quite some time as Roddy beats Parker. Parker went for the steal, and Roddy went right around him for the layup. Brings the Rams within one. Roddy has 4. 4:15 left to play. Or could we run into a situation? And Parker may have lost it. He steps out of bounds. Could not handle the interior feed. Parker is being double teamed just about every time he touches the ball, or at least before the pass is made. So he's had to deal with that, of course, and that has to be something that he's used to. He knows it's coming. 4 minutes left now. White taking Pollard off the dribble. It's blocked, gets his own rebound, and the putback for Jeff White. Jeff White now with 12. Rams now take another 1-point lead. Tate, nobody stops the basketball, right down Main Street for the finger roll. Jaylon Tate, the transfer from De La Salle. Riley trying to answer back. Basket good and a foul as he looks at the cameraman. A.J. Riley is not scared, and neither are the Peoria Manual Rams of the Simeon Wolverines. Riley trying to convert the three-point play, and he does. It's a 2-point lead now for the Rams. Tate double teamed in the corner. Out of bounds. Ram basketball. Brian Snow called Curie an upset over Warren Township. But if Simeon loses, there would be no comparison who had the bigger upset. Peoria Manual trying to, quote-unquote, shock the world. Roddy had his shot blocked by Taylor, but a foul first from Jabari Parker. This is going to come down to the final minutes. Will the Thrill Clancy getting a thrill from this game as he gives you all the spectacular camera angles, and now Roddy loses it. Here's Tate. Parker, turn, baseline jumper, good! Jabari Parker. Parker, is he giving us the defining moment? 32 all. 3 minutes left to play. Here, third quarter. Here's Jeff White. Oh, he traveled with it. Boy, oh boy. Now it's Riley. Yo-yo dribble. Working on Nunn. Left side, Jeff White. If you're watching at home, we thank you. Emil Williams Jr., Will the Thrill Clancy, Brian Snow here with you. Duncan, another three. No good. Offensive rebound low. Too strong on the putback. Jabari Parker has it. Up ahead, Tate. He wants to throw the lob. Nunn wanted it. Layup no good from Tate. Parker had a chance at it, and it goes out of bounds. They say last touch by Simeon. Now they confer and they change the call. Riley calling out the play. 2 1/4 left here in the third. It has been a pleasure to be here with you. Riley
The up and under move is good. A.J. Riley gives the Rams a 2-point lead. You cannot ask for better basketball, folks. Game number 1 was spectacular, and this one again is shaping up to be just the same. Steve Taylor's been quiet. None now the turnover. Roddy there the steal. Up ahead, White. Tate blocked out of the air by Kendall Pollard. Now it's Roddy. Blocked again by Kendall Pollard. Are you serious right now? None. Inside Pollard. He has it blocked by Roddy. Parker there the putback. Excuse my loud voice, but you can't help but get excited. 1:33 left to play. Everybody applauding both teams' efforts. It is a pleasure to be here with you. Pontiac 81st Annual Holiday Tournament. It has been nothing short of spectacular. 1:15 left to play here in the third. Jeff White has it. Holy moly. Now Roddy holding in the corner. Both teams maybe want to kind of catch their breath. Again, this is good for Simeon. They've got to face some adversity. Roddy loses it on the floor. Here come the Wolverines. Tate, right side, none, spin, lane, good. Meanwhile, it's Quentin Lowe. His layup can't go. Tipped out now, Tate. Tate looking to push. Tate around, White, blocked out of the air by Isaiah Duncan. Holy moly. .38 seconds left to play, 36-34. The defense has come to play here in the third quarter. Simeon had a 3-point lead at the half. 23-20 they led, now it's 36-34. Jabari Parker with a game-high 19 and a tough pass from Nunn. 30 seconds left, here's Jeff White. He's been good, the no-look pass, Farmer can't handle. Tough turnover for Peoria Manual. This game has the feeling it will come down to the final seconds of regulation, just as our semifinal number 1 did. One of the best tournaments in the country, arguably, if not the best. 15 seconds left. Jaylon Tate has, now it's Parker. He had an opportunity in the second quarter to end this thing at the buzzer. Now it's double team. Tate, Pollard, blocked by Jeff White. Up ahead, 2 seconds. Lowe has to hurry. Layup good at the buzzer. Holy smokes. 36 all. Everybody on their feet. Will the thrill. Can you believe this? We head to the fourth quarter. All tied at 36. We hope you're watching us because you may not be able to get a ticket here. HighSchoolCube.com, folks. We've got it for you. We'll be back in a bit. HighSchoolCube.com, the leading broadcast platform for high schools. Welcome back to HighSchoolCube.com. The Wolverines will have it to begin the fourth quarter. Do not go anywhere. Emil Williams Jr., Will the Thrill Clancy, Brian Snow here with you. Pontiac, second semifinal. Wow, what a third quarter, folks. A lot of defense, a lot of scoring. Lowe, first of all, the big-time block. Parker, too strong. Rebound, fall forward. It's tipped out by Pollard, and Kendrick Nunn has it. Nunn on his pivot foot. He's been quiet as well. Kendrick Nunn and both Steve Taylor. Tate now. It's the screen from Taylor. Tate spinning, layup, can't get it to go. Taylor there with a rebound. Taylor there on the putback. Steve Taylor. Steve Taylor with a big-time offensive rebound. He has 6, and it's a Wolverine 2-point lead. Now 2-3 zone, a different look by Coach Robert Smith and the Wolverines, trying to slow this Manual team down. The only way to beat that, or I should say the only way, but of course one of the ways, the main way, if you can knock down some outside shooting, that'll force the Wolverines out of that. Manual does have the guys to do just that. Nunn, questionable over the back call on the rebound. Nonetheless, he comes away with it. Nunn, inside Pollard, good. Kendall Pollard, way to adjust. Off the dribble, up and down, and a putback off the window. Now a quick 4-point lead for the Wolverines. Again, Simeon facing some adversity here. Being down in a quarter. You don't hear that a lot from Simeon. That happened to him in the first quarter. First time it's happened here in the tournament for Simeon. 6:12 left to play. White thought about it. In the lane, dump off low, blocked, but a foul. From our vantage point, Kendall Pollard, who committed the foul. From here, of course, Pollard does not look like a very tall individual. But looks can be deceiving because Pollard stands at least 6'7". Lowe's free throw, the first one is good. That is the third team foul on Simeon, just one for Peoria Manual. Cashmere Hughes checks into the game for Peoria Manual. Lowe, southpaw free throw, good. Parker the inbound, he finds none, back to Parker. Parker up ahead, Taylor, left side Pollard. He might have traveled, but it's Jabari Parker. Jabari Parker has come to play tonight. By far his best game all around here in the tournament. He's had some high point totals, and now a turnover as Lowe takes his eye off the basketball. 5:46 left to play first quarter, but we have seen the all-around game now by Jabari Parker. The defense, the rebounding, the scoring, the individual moves, all of it is on display. Parker got to hurry, and timeout called as Parker could not get it inbounded. Great defense by the Rams. 30-second timeout called by Simeon. The 81st annual Pontiac Holiday Tournament. Again, a sold-out packed crowd here. Talk to Frank Arnold, who's worked at this school for 52 years. We talked to him yesterday, along with the tournament manager, Jim Drainwitz. Frank said that Tuesday night, the largest first day crowd of the tournament in history. Of course, they sell out on the semifinals and the championship game, but the first round, biggest crowd he's ever seen, as both Simeon played that evening and the hometown Pontiac Indians. 5:35 left to play. Tate, Taylor, inside Pollard, back out now Nunn. Nunn thought about the three. Simeon doesn't necessarily need that right now, just need a good shot, of course. It's Tate. Gets the 5-second count started. Now dump ball, Pollard. Too strong off the glass. Rebound by the Rams. I want to put some distance in between these two teams. Now it's Riley's jumper. Too strong. Rebound Pollard. And Pollard now up top, Jaylon Tate. Tate getting some important minutes here in the ball game. The transfer from De La Salle. And Taylor almost traveled, but he kept his pivot foot. Tate all the way to the glass and good. Jaylon Tate. Boy, some fantastic point guard play now from Simeon as Jaylon Tate gets his fourth point of the ball game. 4:40 left to play. It's a 6-point lead again. This time's the largest lead for Simeon. Riley, again, too strong for Peoria Manual. And the Rams almost letting the opportunity slip away. Williams, Roddy back in. Hughes and Riley check out. Again, Parker to inbound. Man-to-man. Pollard to set the back screen. Now Pollard rolls. Parker to inbound. It's Nunn. And Kendrick Nunn will give way to Tate. And Tate working against Landis Farmer. Jaylon Tate. I have to imagine this young man has been waiting for opportunities like this. Tate again. Tate in the lane. Tate basket won't go, but a foul. Jaylon Tate having his way with the guard from Peoria Manual. Cannot stay in front of him defensively. Advantage Simeon. 4 minutes and 17 seconds left to play. Again, we thank you for tuning in. This is highschoolcube.com, the leading broadcast platform for high schools. Will Clancy, our producer. My name is Emil Williams Jr., also joined by Brian Snow, the Snowman. 4 minutes and 17 seconds left to play. The free throw is good from Jaylon Tate. 45-38. Tate's free throw, pure. Two very important free throws, and now the largest lead of the ball game. 8 points for the Wolverines. Wolverines in the miss. An 8-2 run. White, good floater in the lane. He had the fade on it. So Jeff White cuts it back to 6. 3 minutes and 48 seconds left to play. Now it's Nunn for Simeon. Nunn with the step. Nunn with the spin. Nunn with the left hand. Short jumper is good for Kendrick Nunn. Simeon, I think, learning a lot about themselves as a team. Again, 10-0 on the season. We trap in the corner. Great defense by Simeon, stifling as usual. 3:23 left to play. Again, a 30-second timeout by Coach Booth. Simeon leads it by 8. They trailed by 1 after the first quarter, then led by 3 at the half. Tied at 36 at the end of 3 quarters. And now 12-4 is the score here in the fourth. Simeon trying to impose their will, of course. 3:23 left to play from a date. Their third consecutive championship game appearance. Can the Wolverines hang on? A swift defensive adjustment and a terrible pass by Riley. Tried the interior feed to Roddy, and it hits off the front of the rim. 3:07 left to play now. Tate will bring it up. Parker up top, wants to set the screen. Tate doesn't use it. He'll go swiftly to the left, out working on Duncan. Again, Tate with the spin. Back out, it's Parker. And Parker travels. I asked my partner last night, we should ask this trivia question. It's so easy that you'll probably get it wrong. And in my opinion, I have the answer, of course, but I'll ask everybody else. What is the most called violation in high school basketball? Riley might have got away with a hook, but Duncan there for the layup. The assist to A.J. Riley. 2:35 left. Peoria Manual still in the game. This will be a close one, as we would expect here. It's the semifinals. The top 4 teams advanced here in the tournament. Tate. Over to Taylor, back to Tate. Nunn around the screen. Or excuse me, Duncan around the screen from Nunn. It's Jaylon Tate. Tate throws it away. Tate tried the soft pass underneath, or excuse me, over the top to Steve Taylor. and he wasn't there. Now it's Riley. That one is good. You hear the fans say they wanted an and one. It's a 4-point lead for the Wolverines. And a timeout by Coach Smith. Fans beginning to get into it. A.J. Riley has 14 points, as does Jeff White for Jabari Parker. And the Simeon Wolverines, Parker with 21. On the floor, Tate with 6, Taylor with 6, Nunn with 6, and Kendall Pollard with 9. Timeout call. We'll take a short break as well. This is Simeon and Peoria Manual. Minute 56 left to play here, fourth quarter. Back in a bit on highschoolcube.com. Live at Pontiac High School, this is the 81st Annual Pontiac Holiday Tournament. Wolverines with a small 4-point lead. They have the basketball. Following a Robert Smith timeout, it's Tate, Nunn, Parker, Taylor, and Pollard on the floor for Simeon. Duncan, Williams, White, Roddy, and Riley on the floor for Peoria Manual. 1:45 left. Pollard has the basketball. Wants to get it out of his hands. Has to find someone. Pollard got to hurry. Pollard throws it away. And Riley, who had the steal, but he stepped out of bounds, tried to call timeout in the process. Kendall Pollard checks out. Jelani Neely checks in. Coach Smith wanted another ball handler on the court. Very important. Tate, Parker thought about the three. Parker had the lane for a second. He'll give way now to Neely. 1:25 left. Simeon is one of the best teams that we've seen, or I've seen rather. And we've seen here able to just run out the clock. 5-second call started. Neely's not paying attention. And a timeout called by Coach Smith again. 1:13 left to play. Simeon, a little uncharacteristic. I think that's been the word to describe the Wolverines here in the tournament. Their first halves have been uncharacteristic. They've done some things, of course, that you aren't used to seeing the Wolverines do, turn the ball over. As Coach Smith described yesterday, a little lackadaisical in the first half. 1:13 left to play. Coach Smith, Robert Smith. Several state champions for Coach Smith, or excuse me, several state championships. The man took over for a legend. Coach Bob Hammer, another legend in Chicago hoops. Now Smith becoming a legend of his own. Can he grow the legend even more and get his team to a third consecutive Pontiac championship game? Nunn the turnover. Riley can't get it to go. Roddy the rebound. Looked like he traveled. Nunn had it, and it goes out of bounds with 56.8 seconds left.
1 minute remains. 1 minute.
Peoria Manual now with the basketball, trailing by 4. White, dump off. Roddy underneath. He stripped. Taylor has it. It was to go off of. They say Taylor again. It's Peoria Manual basketball. They continue to have opportunity after opportunity. Simeon, back-to-back state champions. Looking to go back-to-back. Pontiac, wide open for three. It's good! Jeff White, left open in the corner. Simeon leading by 1. 40 seconds left to play. It's Tate. Up ahead now, Taylor. Cross court, Nunn. Up top, Neely. Back to Nunn in the corner, and Nunn is fouled with 27.8 left. Wow. And another timeout call, this time by Peoria Manual. A full timeout. Good, because we could use it. This is highschoolcube.com. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll set the scene in just a sec. Be back in a bit. The tournament hub for action is Pontiac. This is highschoolcube.com. .8 seconds left to play. Out of the Simeon timeout, it's Neely, Taylor, Parker, Tate, and Nunn on the floor for the Rams. White, Duncan, Lowe, Williams, and Roddy. Nunn to inbound. Team situation on the foul shot. On the fouls, is 3 apiece. Parker up top, Tate. Tate puts it on the ground, and Tate is fouled with 23.6. Foul is on Justin Williams. Sorry about that. That's Williams first. 22 seconds left now. Neely got to be careful. He's in the backcourt. A quick steal or pickup of his dribble. And an offensive foul called on Jelani Neely. And Neely may have made the biggest mistake of the young season. And now a timeout on the floor called by Peoria Manual. The game was in Simeon's hands, and now they will have to play defense if they want to head to the Pontiac championship game. Peoria Manual will have a chance to win with any bucket as they trail by 1. We are broadcasting live on highschoolcube.com. Just a reminder, a replay with highlight clips will be available immediately following the game in your school's cube. So come back to watch the game again or just your favorite plays. And trust me, folks, you will want to come back and watch this classic basketball game. You can only hope that Jelani Neely has not committed the utmost mistake for the Wolverines and their fans. 10-0 are the Simeon Wolverines. Again, all the hype, all the tout. Along with that hype comes with a lot of pressure. And Peoria Manual has brought it to Simeon this afternoon. 15.6 left. Duncan, Riley, White, Justin Williams, and Jacoby Roddy on the floor for Peoria Manual. Starting 5 for Simeon. Tate, Nunn, Pollard, Parker, Taylor. Riley blocked by Jabari Parker. Goes out of bounds with 8.1 left. Riley and Roddy hit the ground. No foul call. Got to be worried that both of these gentlemen, Riley and White, can just get down the middle of the lane whenever they want. White has it. Did he go out of bounds? Picked up by Pollard with 4. Out with 3. Riley with 2. It's poked out by Nunn. Taylor has it. Taylor runs out the clock. And the Simeon Wolverines. No basket. Basket does not count. But the game is over. 48-47. Kendrick Nunn with the biggest defensive play of the season thus far for the Wolverines. The #1 ranked Simeon Wolverines will move on to the championship game in all Chicago Public League final. It'll be the Curie Condors, the #3 seed here in the tournament. They will take on the Simeon Wolverines, the #1 team in the tournament, the #1 team in Illinois, and the #1 team in the nation. What a basketball game. my privilege to be able to sit here and bring it to you. We saw the viewers. We appreciate you watching, folks. You can only imagine what our championship game, what this championship game will look like again. The Simeon Wolverines move on after a close one. Neely dodges the bullet. Kendrick Nunn saves the day. The poke out. Poked it from A.J. Riley. Taylor with the steal, and they ran out the clock. 48-47. A game high from Jabari Parker of 21 points. Got to give credit to Jeff White again. Jeff White, spectacular 17 points. 14 points for A.J. Riley. Peoria Manual had the chance to win it. And a defensive stop by Kendrick Nunn saves the day for the Simeon Wolverines. Got to give a lot of credit to Peoria Manual. They played the best game they've played in the tournament. Of course, when you're playing the number one team in the nation, you got to step your game up, and they did just that. Tried to wait for our final stats, but I don't think we will get that, of course, due to the crowds leaving out. We'll just tell you this, that Jabari Parker had 21. As I said earlier, the player of the game, Jabari Parker. We saw all the moves, all the things that everybody has talked about with Jabari Parker. We saw them all on display. His defense, his jump shot, everything all about the young man, his humbleness, everything. A leader on the floor as well. Jabari Parker, the player of the game, and kudos again to Jeff White, player of the game for Peoria Manual. Manual will take on Warren Township tonight in our third place game, which also should be a good one. Got to give a lot of credit to our producer again, Will Clancy, Brian Snow. My name is Emil Williams Jr. Of course, we'd like to thank Larry Cotter and Jim McAteer for all their hard work as well. Wow, what a game as the gym files out. We've got more basketball on the way, folks. Don't go away. This is highschoolcube.com, the leading broadcast platform for high schools. Thank you.